taking this up to Benton, Kentucky, up to Bear. If nothing else, we can add this, and this will cut literally 4 times the wood. The big thing with these Wolf Ridge processors, they've got a lift gate, so a man doesn't have to lift that wood onto the splitter. Every time this cuts, it actually cuts it into 4 pieces. You don't have to process your wood smaller so that a human being can lift it up. 2 grown men can push the biggest piece of wood onto this gate, and then that thing will just process it. This is the Wolf Ridge Manufacturing Pro 28C. This was a demo model we bought. I believe it's the one outdoor with the Morgans had prior.
Welcome to Kentucky.
The closer we get, the worse the weather gets. We're about 16 miles out. Watch out for the Amish. Be aware of the feral Amish. Trump, fuck Joe Biden. They don't like Biden around here. Biden will be out here. None of those guys will be out here. We have not seen any damage yet, so I don't know how far from affected area we are. This is staging area in our operations right here. They're feeding everybody out of here. Materials and goods are being delivered. Tractors coming in, trailer loads of lumber coming in.
We just got a surprise. We need 100 hot meals a few miles away.
We've done our drop off. Hung out with the guys for a few minutes. We're heading back. We've not been to where there's any damage yet. It appears that out this way there is some. We've seen a couple structures down. They're already starting to rebuild right now. Bear and those guys have pallets of wood out there. They're getting started. They've got equipment. People are still coming in. Food's being dropped off. Definitely like making a difference. Things are happening. Snake River Farms, never heard of them. Inside is this freezer bag, and in this box is 2 of these. Boneless cap of ribeye, 8-ounce steak. There's 2 of them, and this they sent it in this big box. I guess it has to be for the dry ice and stuff, yeah. There is no note as to who this came from. Whoever sent this, thank you. Oh, it's from Cody Tate. Cody, thank you, man. Thank you. Very awesome. Here is the products that they make. It's pork and beef products. Hello, duck. Come on. Come on. Pretty thick in here, a lot of birds. That's on purpose. Rather than putting them into 2 places, we have them all in here so that when it gets cold, there's not a heat problem because we don't have a heat source in here. You can see they can huddle down here. They sit up here as soon as the sun comes up. They've got the perch up high if they want it, but there's enough birds that they're producing enough body heat. This little guy I put out here yesterday, he might be getting picked on or something. It's weird to see him in the corner by himself there. He's the runt, kind of. I might have to take him back in, put him back under heat. A lot of these rabbits are going to Kentucky. A lot of homesteaders lived up in those small areas that have no federal funding or assistance. Bear and Grindstone, New York Prepper, there's a bunch of dudes in there. Bunch of guys in there assisting and helping. But there's a lot of homesteaders up there, and they're kind of doing these homestead rebuilds. Between these rabbits and those rabbits, I've got about 40, 50, maybe even 60 to part with. We're just kind of holding them right now, feeding them, taking care of them, and we're going to take them up there. Rather than slaughter them here, we're going to take them up there and give them to those guys so they can replenish their breeding stock. You know, rabbits produce like rabbits. You put a female into a male's cage, and 30 days later you have babies. So if you do that for a year, exponentially, with 1 male, 1 female, and then you breed your babies back to your babies and blah, 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 you have something like 1 million rabbits at the end of the year. So those areas in Kentucky, if they can just eat their extra males, there should not be any rabbit shortage in the area. But I wanted to come up and show you, this little guy is out of the nest box, and I suspect his eyes are not open yet. His eyes are open. Look at that little dot on his nose. Look how cute that is, jet black. I'm gonna put him back in the nest box. I don't know if mom will get him back in there or not, so there he is. And if you put your hand in there, it's literally like 30 degrees warmer just in that fur. That fur holds so much heat in that loftiness in there. Here's Bugs. He doesn't want you to touch him, but he definitely wants your attention. There's got to be a better feeder. These are Tractor Supply feeders. You wear through, they get little holes in them, so every time you feed, that's what this is. It's just feed coming through the bottom. You can see brand new pellets on the ground. These ones might be better. They seem a little better designed, but I think over time they'll fail too. These don't auto feed. Like that rabbit might be able to get his paw up there, but if you don't push these suckers down, they kind of get stuck, and you'll come out here and the hopper will be full, but the rabbit's, you know, not getting food or not carrying enough to get the food. I'm gonna go to Tractor Supply today, pick up some more nest boxes. I buy nest boxes also. Yeah, you can build them. What's your time worth? And I'm gonna pick up a tow chain. There was a little accident out here on the road, trailer tipped over. They used some guy's tow chain and we towed it up here, and then a wrecker company came and picked the trailer up a couple days later and took his chain. He came looking for his chain and he said, oh man, I told you that was my chain to grab it. Well, we had fucking cars running by. We're standing in the freeway, all kinds of chaos going on. I don't know if he told me or not, but a super simple solution. I can go buy the dude a chain. A chain is something all of you should have if you've never used a tow chain. Look at this rabbit. Those sawhorses are 30 inches, 36 inches tall. He's standing up there trying to get the feed. This though, this has to go because she'll get in here and mess up all my rows of poop. Come on. Oh wow, did you see the rabbit just run after him? Good job, buddy. That's right, you get your ass on out of here and out the door. How crazy is it that I use the word fuck every other word, and this video will be demonetized because of it? But they are so sensitive that you are no longer allowed to be authentic, right? You can't say what you want to say, and rather than somebody just clicking the little button so that they never hear what I say again, they want to make it so that you have to throttle what you say. There's a solution for everything, but the excuses they're giving you are not true. Because if it was about the consumer or somebody hearing bad words or children, you could click a button and they'd never hear it again. Instead, they want to get rid of you. You want some pets, huh? So when you drive through these things, there's ticks in them in the summer. Ticks will actually drop from trees on you, which I didn't know, but look that up. But I like to run the fence line once a week at least and just make sure no animals have dug under or through, or you know, just to see. And this is just part of that course. These are those blueberries, totally dormant. I'm gonna look up on YouTube and see how to prune them down so that they produce better this year. Very nice.
Bacon, onion, vinegar. It's the wilted stuff.
Okay, all right. So that pot of meat.
So
They're tender. They're wet, like
moist.
Back once again at Tractor Supply. That is a 16-foot binder chain. They also had a logging chain. I don't know what the difference in these is. So if you know what the difference between binder chain, tow chain, and logging chain, I saw nothing in there anywhere that said tow chain on it. So this is a 16. I would have got a 20. They didn't have any. My intention was just to get the longest chain they had so that, you know, he feels like he's been made whole. I don't think he'd hold anything against us or whatever, you know, but whatever. We got it. We're gonna replace it. So that's a 16-foot tow chain. You know the difference between binder chain, tow chain? Let us know in comments and educate us. Like I don't